What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Waifu Ju video. Today we are doing the top 10 endgame second baseman in MLB to show 22. The endgame is here, as you guys all well know. Second base is the toughest position to get. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 primary second baseman. I'm going to put a bunch of secondary second basemen in this as well. They're going to be honorable mentions. I think secondaries are probably the way to go if you're going to get a guy at second base, but I think listing the top 10 primaries over there is important as well because there are a couple of good ones. Mostly the great ones are secondaries, so keep the better look on the honorable mentions if you want to have a lot more fun playing at this position. But enough chit chat, let's get into the list. Remember, this is just my opinion. Do not yell at me or yell at me. I don't really care. You do what you want to do, all right? And at our first honorable mention, we have Kike Enrique Hernandez. This was a flashback from last season's postseason. He plays every position. He has really good quirks. He has almost maxed out contact. He's just really good. Guy's swing is great. He's fast. I mean, he's not fast, but he plays good defense everywhere. I lied about the speed. Kike is awesome. You should try him. Any of his positions, actually. Another honorable mention is going to be Alfonso Soriano. He is super similar to another one, Mookie Betts. They're pretty much the same card, except one's better versus lefties. This Mookie's better versus lefties. Alfonso's better versus righties. Other than that, they're really, really similar. Just preference on swing, truly. And here is that Mookie Betts if you want to take a look at him. Player of the month. I think they're in the same month, too. They're just both so good. Next honorable mention is Jose Ramirez. I think Jose Ramirez is maybe the best player at all of his positions, and that's at third, second, and shortstop. I'm mad he doesn't have a first base option because I would even consider putting him over there. Left field, it's a little bit different, but even 87 speed. This is a great left fielder. If you're struggling with any other outfielders, Jose is one of the best cards ever. Another honorable mention is Hank Aaron. This is probably his best position just because it helps get him onto the field. He can play a bunch of them: first, second, third, left, center, right. I mean, this guy's super versatile. I never liked the swing. You might. Hank's pretty darn good. One of the strangest honorable mentions is going to be this Jorge Posada. I wouldn't put this card at second base, but he actually has decent defense there despite the speed, and he has great power and a switch hitter at second base. There's not many options like that. So if you really like Jorge and you also really like your other catcher, you could. Another great option is going to be this Jeremy Pena. I think this is actually a really good option. I wish he had quirks. It sucks that he won World Series MVP, but they never updated this live series card, so he didn't get quirks. Otherwise, this card would have been even better. I do think he's really good. His swing is not my favorite, though. That's why he's an honorable mention. He's also not a primary second baseman. That's the main reason. Trey Turner is one of the best options at second base as well. It's also one of his secondaries. If you guys remember his 99 last year, oh my God. And then the last honorable mention, I know there's a lot of them, but secondary at second base is where the real cards shine. Take a look at all these guys. They're amazing. Trevor Story. He's in the Ghost and Ghouls, I believe. He's in one of the newer programs that have come out since Halloween. I don't exactly remember which one, but this is a demon. And Trevor Story is one of the best swings ever. Maxed out versus left. I mean, this guy goes hard. And that is bringing us to number 10 on the actual primary second baseman list. I know there's a lot before, but let's get into the primaries. And you can tell there was a lot before because number 10 on this list is not even a 99. This is going to be a flashback postseason Tommy Edman. Switch hitter. It is an amazing swing. I know the stats don't look crazy to you, but this card plays really well. He also has a lot of positions, which is super nice. Again, that switch hitter. He's a good size. He's not too tall, not too short. Great switch hitting swing. I really like him. He's really fast and plays great defense. I mean, he's definitely an option for you if you're wanting to have a little bit of fun or throw him on a switch hitting team. Next up is this flashback finest DJ LeMahieu. A lot of contact on this guy. I've never loved his swings, but this card is definitely really well statted. Plays, again, a lot of positions. He's a good defender. He's just not very fast. There's not a whole lot of depth over here at second base. He's at number 9. One of the strangest stances in the game, but it translates to one of the best swings in the game. Joe Morgan. There's not a single card that controls a box more than Joe Morgan. Just because of his stance, he's so close to the plate that throwing inside against him, like a lot of right-handed pitchers like to do with cutters and sinkers and sliders, is really difficult. If it's off the plate, it very well might hit him, and it's pretty easy to have him back off the plate. So he really commands the zone very well, and he's extremely fast. He's kind of a nuisance, and if you don't pitch it on the inside, it's going to get crushed. So Joe Morgan is actually a really, really good option, and he doesn't just have second base as a primary this year like he usually does. That's kind of cool. At number 7, we have Ray Durham. Ray Durham, another switch hitter. He has a little bit more balanced stats than, say, a Tommy Edman. I think his swing is a little bit better too. He's faster. He plays outfield, which is kind of a strange secondary. It's just second base and center. Very strange. 112 vision is very nice. Ray Durham, he's just a really nice switch hitter. There's not much else to say. He's a really, really good card. But a better switch hitter is coming in at number 6, and that is going to be this Brian Roberts. Brian Roberts is known to have a glitchy swing. He was one of the first 99s that came out this year, and people used him at second base for a good minute. This was everybody's first true replacement for Chase Utley, unless you stuck with Chase Utley at that point, which I didn't. So this was my first upgrade at second base over Utley when that time of the year came around, and he was very balanced. We'd never seen a Brian Roberts this good. It was kind of surprising. His swing gets way more power than it ever should. 94 speed is amazing. He fits a lot of theme teams, which is pretty cool. And he also fits the theme of a ton of Orioles cards that just got way overjuiced this season. So shout out to the Orioles on that end. Number 6. At number 5, a card who in past years would be much, much higher. I actually think this Jackie statistically is better than many of the other Jackies we've had. It just didn't play. And I mean, if you ask really any other content creator, Jackie Robinson tends to play really, really good in this game, and this card in particular just did not do it for me. I don't know really what it is. I don't know if they changed the swing. I'm not sure if his something changed. I truly don't know compared to years in the past. He is amazing though statistically. I mean, he has max contact and vision, so his PCI is as big as possible. He's gonna get up to 99 speed once you get a couple parallels on him, and this Jackie actually gets over 90 power versus right, which is why I thought he was going to be way better than he was. It just didn't quite work out for Jackie this year, but hopefully they give Jackie a better one next year, because I remember his 42 series card last year was out of this world. And it's a shame that this one was not quite up to par with that one. Number 4 on our list is going to be 99 overall Chase Utley. This was a World Series reward. I don't know. I expected more out of this card personally when it came out. I saw it and I was just like, meh, that's pretty good. It's very balanced, 100s across the board on the hitting. I just thought he was going to have more power. Utley and Cano were super similar players throughout their careers, and I thought that Utley was going to have a little bit more power than he did. Didn't turn out that way. 75 speed is pretty good, and maxed out defense, and he's a lefty bat over at second base, so getting in as many lefty bats as possible, especially when they kind of have been thin outside of the outfield this year. Pretty nice. At number 3 on our list is the guy I just compared Chase Utley to, and that is Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano is just significantly better than Utley, if you ask me. He has a better swing than Utley. I love Cano's swing. He generates so much launch angle, and it's nice to see that he still got back into the game. Maxed out contact versus right, and he has 115 power versus left. A weird little split that he got going on, but it's kind of nice. This card was really, really good. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't wind up lasting at second base longer, but they give a lot of guys secondary second base, as you saw on the honorable mentions. So he wound up falling out of the lineup for me earlier than I anticipated he was going to, but doesn't take away the fact that this was an amazing card and probably the last Robinson Cano we get for a while, since I don't know if he'll be in the league next year. So go ahead and use him while you still can. The second best second base primary card in MLB The Show 22 is this 99 overall Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve got a finest card finally. It felt like MLB The Show had a vendetta against him ever since his cheating scandal in 2017 with the Astros and his MVP. He never really got a good card. He would get like high diamonds, quote unquote, but they'd be like 95, 96s, or he'd get a player of the month and it wouldn't be representative of him as a player. He finally gets a 99 overall, and boy, does it slap. As much as it pains me to say it, this card goes insanely hard. 114, 121, 108, 114, 117 vision. He just has enough at every spot, and his swing is so good. It's a two-handed swing. It just generates insane pull exit velos. And there's something about, for me, I like shorter hitters in this game. So him being at 5'6", we all know how Jose Altuve is short. His swing and his zone is really fun to command because you really got to throw a strike to him. Otherwise, you're going to be putting him on base. And with 77 speed and 88 stealing, he might be moving and grooving on you on the bases. This card is fantastic. And it's nice to see Jose finally got a great one. And the best primary second baseman in MLB The Show 22 is going to be a card from MLB The Show 21. Jorge Polanco's finest from last year is just unreal. I mean, if you used it last year, you know. If you used Jorge Polanco in BR, you know. This guy goes incredibly, incredibly hard. 106, 112, 117, 109, but he is a switch hitter. So although the stats are a little bit worse in the contact side compared to somebody like Jose Altuve, he is a switch hitter. He does have a bunch of live series quirks. So does Altuve, though, to be fair. This guy is just a dog. He has plenty of speed to get it done over there at second base. He can also play third and shortstop if you really wanted to. I do think second base is the best position for Jorge, unless you wind up doing some weird switch hitting stuff, and don't ask me how that would work. But Jorge Polanco is absolutely a beast. He generates insane exit velos and launch angles. He hits a million no-doubters that just shouldn't be no-doubters. And that's the kind of stuff that you really want to see out of a card. I mean, anybody can get a hit on a perfect, but what are you going to do on the hits that are a little less than perfect? I feel like Jorge is one of the best in the entire game at helping you create hits that weren't quote-unquote perfect. I mean, this card is just unbelievable. I love him, and I hope you guys try him out because he's really, really good. And he's also free. He was in the program from the finest program. Now he's in the forever program that you can just level up and get him at some point. So you don't even have to spend a million stubs on one of the best options at the position. And there you guys have it. You have a ton of options over there at second base. Now you got the top 10 primary second basemen and probably another 10 or maybe more secondaries over there in the honorable mentions. So if you want to check them out, go ahead and rewind the video, go back to the beginning, check everybody out. This is a really, really loaded position if you add all the secondaries into it, and it's just a bunch of guys with amazingly fun swings. So there's plenty of options. Make sure you check them out, and make sure you check me out. If you guys like this video and want to see more like it, make sure you like and subscribe down below. It really means a lot to the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying this series we're doing as we approach MLB The Show 23, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.